Good morning. I told y'all singing was not one of my gifts. Hold up. Let me strategically place my Shakeology here so that you can see that I'm drinking it. Cafe latte. Just kidding. Alright, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, y'all. So, I have something I really want to talk to y'all about today. And I think that I think it's something everyone should think about. Because if you don't know what your purpose is, it's really a lot easier to wake up every day just going through the motions and just kind of zombie walking through life. And that's just, that's sad. Good morning, Corey. Good morning, Megan. I love that y'all actually call me CA. That's like, because that's what all my closest family and friends call me. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Heather. Hi, Jackie. So, I'm going to give y'all the purpose formula today. And, maybe you can write it down later, if you're driving. I don't even know why you're watching me right now if you're driving. But, good morning, Sarah. Good morning. Ooh, Valderez with the roll. Did I do that right? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Man, y'all are awesome this morning. Good morning. All of y'all people on here this morning. Good morning, everybody. Awesome. So happy to have y'all on already this morning watching me talk. Okay, so the purpose formula, okay? So I'm going to tell you what it is, and then I'm going to talk about it a little bit, okay? So the purpose formula is your gifts plus your passions plus your calling, or no. Rewind. Gifts plus your passions plus your values equals your calling, okay? So your gifts are what you're naturally good at. Something that you just, maybe you don't even realize you're good at it because it comes naturally. Oh, I did pronounce it right. Okay, because it just comes naturally. So it might be something that like your friends or family would say you're really good at that you just don't think about or realize because it's your gift. It's something you're just kind of born with and you maybe not even realize it. Okay, so like having a sense of humor, that might be a gift of yours. Morning, Mama. That's so neat that she can get on here and see me twerking. I don't think I would consider that a gift of mine, but it did bring me to a lot of you. So look at me getting all red faced. Okay, so sense of humor. Good morning, Ray. Uh, I writing was a gift of mine, and not something I ever considered. A lot of the time, y'all. A lot of the time, your gifts are things that you don't give yourself credit for, okay? And a lot of times there's things that you don't appreciate because maybe you don't see how you're ever going to use them or how they're ever going to do you any good, or maybe you spend a lot of time wishing you had someone else's gifts, like I did. I used to wish I could sing, I had all kinds of things I wished I could do, other than being good at writing, being good at making people laugh, being silly and goofy, and being good at sports. Those are things that I didn't see what I was going to be able to do with them. So your gifts. Your passions are things that you really care about. They stir up emotion when you think about it, okay? So, thank you, David. And good morning, Kristen. So your passions, it's something like you think about it and you either get excited or it can even bring tears to your eyes. And that's true, Jackie. More people usually see your gifts before you do. That's true. And for me, your passions can kind of change. And I think as you get older and you realize and you start to really fall into what you were created to do, maybe you realize that something you thought was a passion wasn't. Like for my entire life, I thought softball was my passion because I lived it. It was everything. But then one day it ended. College ended and softball ended, and that was it. And to be honest with you, I did want to go try to do like Olympics, but someone I respected told me that I would be wasting my time, so I gave up on it. So there's a good example of not giving up on your dreams just because somebody else doesn't think you would be good at it. But so your passions, if you're sitting here like, I don't know what I'm passionate about, well, you need to think about if you see some, okay, for example, if you see something on Facebook, you know, a lot of people like to share a lot of different things on Facebook. What is something that would always get you to stop and read or comment? It could be servicing others. It could be, oh gosh, there's so many things that you could be like really, really gifted at, and you don't realize that are your passions. But what separates, like, some people might have a gift, but they're not passionate about it. So, oh, thanks, Alex. So really think about what stirs up emotion, like what gets you excited, what makes you nervous, what scares you when you think about it. What in a perfect world would you envision yourself doing, but the thought of even trying to do it like scares you to death, okay? Your values are your cultures. You know, the way you view the world, the way you operate in the world. Um, you know, it's the way that it's your morals. So when you combine your gifts, your passions, and your values, and you align those, then that will lead you to your calling, okay? Because your calling is going to be something that every single one of those things can be used together. So for me, it ended up being a coach. And I think that, you know, and it's different for everybody, you know, everyone has a different calling. For me, it ended up being a coach because, you know, what I didn't realize was that, you know, my love for like athletics and sports turned into, as a mom, a love for fitness. Uh, and trying to, you know, keep that athleticism that I missed so much after having my babies. I lost myself for a little while and I wanted to be athletic again. And so then I did Insanity, and then I felt like myself again. And it was a very athletic program, and it made me feel like I was back at practice being drilled by the coach. And so, you know, and so that was what turned into my love for fitness. My love for writing. I ended up being able to utilize my storytelling skills, my creative writing skills, what sounds silly, in my Facebook statuses. So I was able to share my message, share my testimony, share my story. And I was able to do that well because I was very good at writing. In college, I got a 99 in public speaking. I thought that was such a waste. I was like, what am I ever going to do with that? That's great. Oh, that's awesome, Corey. See, that's a passion. And a lot of times your passions, Corey, I don't know if y'all read what Corey said, but she said she was a heroin addict for years, and now she's blessed to be able to help others that are struggling. A lot of times your passions develop from your struggles, from your biggest struggles. So it's things you've gotten through, and then you're passionate about how helping someone else get through it too. When that's you know, that's a servant's heart. You know, that's amazing. Um, but you know, looking back through the years, there were several things that I thought were a total waste that I'd never be able to use. Good morning. Here's my oldest. You know, you're on live. People are watching you. Do you feel better? You still feel better? She's not feeling good. Go lay down, and I'll get you in a second, okay? Um, but so public speaking was something I was good at, but I thought, what am I gonna do with that? Am I gonna be like on like a news anchor or something? And I thought that sounds so boring. That's not for me. I don't want to do that. I wrote articles for the school newspaper, but I hated every minute of it. I was not passionate about it. I dreaded it. I had to be like forced to do it just so that I could graduate and get credits. So, you know, I thought these gifts were totally wasted. I was good at making people laugh. I was good at being silly. But I didn't know how I was ever gonna, like, how am I gonna provide for my family while doing these things, and how am I gonna serve a purpose, a higher purpose in the world while doing these things? Okay, I'm good with people. I'm good at talking. I'm good with people, relationships. So for when I got pregnant with my first daughter, I was like waiting tables, and I liked waiting. I was good at waiting tables, which, by the way, all you servers out there don't get enough credit because you have to be pretty talented to be a good server. Just saying. And so I quit waiting tables, and I took an outside sales job, walking door to door, literally door to door to businesses with these little certificates and spas and movie tickets. And it was scary, but I was really, I was kind of good at it. But I didn't go to bed at night happy. I wasn't happy. As a matter of fact, I felt gross and icky and I didn't like it. I hated sales. I didn't like anything about sales. I don't like the little tricks and I just like being straightforward and honest and real. And if you want to join me in something I'm doing, then great. And if not, then that's okay too. But I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to go to bed at night feeling like I'd made a difference. Okay? And so I hadn't found my calling yet. Little did I know that all the while, all these little things I was experiencing and going through were preparing me for where God actually wanted me to be. And that was coaching. And coaching ended up being, listen, what a lot of people don't understand about coaching, because a lot of Beachbody coaches haven't figured it out yet and don't go about it the right way just yet because they're learning. But it is a foundation for which you can build your higher message off of, okay? So being a coach, I love it. I love helping people get healthy and fit, but my message is way bigger than that. My purpose is way bigger than that. My purpose was to help bring people closer to the Lord and their relationship with God. My purpose was to, as a coach, to help other coaches learn and know that they need to get God into their business, that they need to pray over their business, that they have a chance as a coach to really be a person who makes a difference in someone's life on a personal level. Because for me, your health and fitness stems from a healthy mind, a healthy spirit, healthy emotions. And so I have a chance as a Beachbody coach to make an impact on you from the inside, on your heart, on your soul, and hopefully let that reflect out into your physical, okay? So I think there's a lot of misconceptions about what coaches are, about what we do and what we can be, and what you have to be good at to be one. It's not about sales. It's about, do you have a gift for serving others? Do you want to give back? Do you want to help people? You don't have to be extremely fit yourself. You just have to be willing to love others and let them join you while you better yourself. I mean, most of the things that I tell y'all every day stem from my own personal development, but I have a need to give that away, right? Because it's my calling. Your calling, when you have gifts and passions and values, your calling is the urge to give it away, to give it to somebody, to pass it on and pay it forward. Okay, so if you have a servant's heart and you have gifts for service, then you're going to give that away. If I read something in personal development that strikes me right to the core, then I'm going to make sure I let everyone know what my thoughts were on it. I'm not taking credit for it. I didn't do it. All I'm doing is telling you about it, because I think I am passionate about helping you improve yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and then physically. Because if you love yourself, then that will spill over into your physical fitness, okay? Because a lot of the times when we don't treat ourselves right, when we don't feed ourselves right, when we don't do our physical activity, we don't take care of our body, it's because we don't, a lot of people don't want to admit this, but we don't really and truly feel good about who we are deep down inside. There's something bothering us about ourselves. There's something that's creating this feeling of unworthiness, unworthy of our investment, unworthy of our time, unworthy of our effort, unworthy of eating healthy, clean foods that will nourish your body. Okay, it stems from something going on emotionally. So for me as a coach, I've got to tackle that. I've got to help you figure out what that is, address it, and deal with it, so that we can move forward in your physical fitness. That's how I know what my calling is. Listen, everyone's not meant to be a coach. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. This applies to anything that you're passionate about. It can be anything. But for me, it led me to coaching. And for me, coaching is not about sales. It's not about, it's not about shake all these selfies. And making sure that you know that I did my workout every day. Those are important, and they're small little parts of what I do. And I'm passionate about the products. I love Shakeology. I love the workouts. I'm passionate about, how it changed my life, how it set me into forward motion towards my really true purpose. But I'm even more passionate about helping other people find that as well. And everyone's purpose, even a lot of you coaches, I get a lot of coaches watching me and messaging me, even a lot of you coaches, you might have a different calling within your coaching business, okay? But it's outside of the products. Your message is outside of the products. You are you. And you have so much more, and this goes for all you network marketers, anybody, any product. You are more than your product. You are you. You are a person who has experiences, struggles, and you have value to give others outside of your product. The way that you become a successful entrepreneur and network marketing is making sure that people know who you are and that you care, that you really care about them. If you can develop relationships with people where they see you for who you are, they know you're real, they know you're honest, and they know that you are after more than numbers, that is how you develop relationships, and that is how you truly make a difference. And if you have a product you love that you stand behind that's changed your life, then you can pay that forward to the people who trust you and need what you have to offer. But you have to establish that first. You have to make sure that you put who you are out there every single day. Share your struggle, share your story, and that goes for everyone. Everyone has a calling. Everyone. And if you just think about this formula and really think about each one, what are your gifts, what are your passions, what are your values, I guarantee you that the Lord will lead you to knowing how to align those things together so they all come together. I'm able to use every one of my gifts as a coach. I'm able to use my sense of humor, my public speaking, my writing. I'm passionate about childhood cancer awareness. I'm passionate about Ansley's Angels and raising money for families with children who have cancer. I'm able to utilize my coaching business as a foundation to help me reach more people on that topic. It is a foundation, okay? It's not coaching. Being a Beachbody coach is not who I am. It's a part of what I do, okay? So y'all think about that. And if any of you feel like you absolutely know what your calling is, I want to know. I want to know what it is. And if you feel like you need help in that, then, just pray about it. You really got to pray about it. I wandered around aimlessly for 29 years. No clue what I was meant to do. No clue my first year and a half as a coach what I was actually meant to do with it. Because it ended up being way bigger than just helping people, get at-home programs and get healthier. It ended up being bigger than that. So if you know what your calling is and you know what your passions, I'm going to sneeze. Look into the light. It didn't work. Okay. The salt and pepper video, God used, a lot of people would probably be irritated by this statement, but God actually really and truly used that video to bring a lot of people to my page, I think. So anyway, if you know what your passions are and you know what your calling is, I want to know what it is. Comment below and tell me what it is, because I would love to see what all of you amazing people have found your purpose in. I think it's amazing, and I hope and pray that all of you do find it if you haven't found it yet. And I think that if you really and truly make that one of your focused prayers, that God will lead you to it. As long as when you pray about something, the thing is you have to actually step out of God's way and trust that He will answer your prayer. And sometimes it doesn't happen right when you want it to, and sometimes it takes a really long time. But I can't think of a single thing in my entire life that I have ever prayed about that He hasn't come through on at some point in one way or another. And sometimes it was in a different way than I actually prayed for, but the prayer got answered in the way it was supposed to be answered. And finding my calling, my gosh, if He hasn't kicked the doors open on that. And I think it's also really cool for you to understand that when you do find your calling, you have to use it to give glory to God. You have to bring people closer to God with your calling. That's why He gifted you with it. And when you make that commitment to Him, He will, oh my gosh, He will just blow doors open for you. Open, wide open. For me, it was a video twerking the salt and pepper that at this point about 13 million people have watched. So that's how He did it for me, okay? But it let me utilize my sense of humor. It let me utilize, everything I had to say in my message to y'all every day on my page, my live feeds, public speaking. It let me utilize all my gifts, my coaching. I can use that. He didn't just open a door. He blew the house down, He cleared the way for me and my purpose and calling, and He will do the same for you. He will do the same for you. And I preach this to my team. I preach this to my coaches. You have got to give him permission to work in your life, and He will. And whatever avenue that is, whether you're a coach or, anything you're doing, He'll do it. Okay? All right, this has gone on for almost 20 minutes, so I'm going to shut her down and get to my emails. I got a lot of y'all. I want y'all to understand, if you've emailed me and if you showed interest in the May challenge, the reason it takes so long for us to actually like get going is because every single one of you I want to have conversations with. Okay, so I'm not just like, here's the link to order your whatever it is you want. I don't want you to order through me unless you are like committed. I don't want you to join my challenge unless you are like gung-ho, I'm gonna do this day one to day end, whatever, how many days that is. But I want you to finish what you start. So I'm not just gonna tell you how to order. I'm not after a sale. Okay, I'm after progress. I'm after results. I want you to reach your goals. So I have conversations with all of you. I never just send you the link. So that's why it takes a little longer to get to all of your emails. But don't stress, don't fret. You're not going to lose your spot. I want to have these conversations with all of you, okay? Zumba. There's a lot of people with passion. You know, there's a lot of coaches who are Zumba instructors who absolutely love Zumba. I think a lot of people thought that I might like Zumba because of that dance video, but I actually never really did it. I kind of do prefer the more like lifting, but it's so fun. I like to watch people do Zumba. I teach classes, and when the Zumba class was going, I would stand outside and just kind of watch them, but they'd catch me watch them, and I get the stank out of it. You're not supposed to be just watching us, you know, so I try not to do that too much. I'm a people watcher. I can't help it. I catch myself, and I'm like, oh, they caught me. All right. I have to go, but I'm going to read through all your comments and let me know what your passions are below. And I love y'all. I hope you have a really great Wednesday. Okay, bye.